Hey everyone, Simon again. Today I'm also doing a different kind of video of this time my favorite animated movies of every year since I was born. This was also inspired by Jay Vader, so yeah, we'll start from 2001 since that was when I was born. And some of them I won't say because a lot of the ones of the previous video were animated, but I found like only a few substitutes because I did find some of my favorite animated movies came out that same year as other my favorite animated movies, but some of them I couldn't really think of others that would top them. So I apologize if I skip some. So let's get started. For 2001, remember I said Shrek? Well, my second choice is Monsters Inc. Really good movie. I really liked this movie. It's very cute. It's really colorful, and I just love the idea. I'm kind of a sucker for monsters. I love material about monsters because they really get inventive with the designs and their personalities and whatnot. And that's one of the things I love about Monsters Inc. It's like the character designs are a lot of fun and they aren't all the same. Each one has their own personality and their appearances really say something about them. Like, even if you don't know the characters, you can look at them and you can tell, what do you think their personality is? And that's kind of the magic of what makes Monsters Inc. work. 2002, Lilo and Stitch. Really cute movie. Probably one of my favorite animated Disney movies, one of the few that I've actually seen. Yeah, this movie is great. I love the connection between Lilo and Stitch. Like, while a kid befriending an alien is nothing new, like you've seen it before, and like E.T. and the Iron Giant, and even now with Bumblebee. But yeah, Lilo and Stitch is a very cute movie. I really like it. 2003, Finding Nemo. I didn't know what else to put. Like, what other animated movies came out that year? Oh yeah, we had Brother Bear and Rugrats Go Wild, but Finding Nemo, I think a lot of people can agree on. Finding Nemo's pretty cute. The animation is really good for the time. There's a lot of colors everywhere, and the ocean looks amazing. And yeah, it does kind of have a generic plot of, a father just trying to find his son, but they really make it work. And not to mention Dory. You think a character like Dory would get annoying, but no, she actually doesn't. They find a way to make her both funny and cute and lovable all at the same time, and it really works. And I really like that they did that. So, 2004, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I love this movie. Ever since I saw it in theaters, I just loved it. It's such a very funny movie. It's one of my childhood movies. I used to watch it again and again as a kid, and it just makes me laugh even to this day. There's a lot of humor for adults, and it has a lot of exciting action. Yeah, the all the dark stuff actually has a purpose. It's not just meant to be, they're getting tortured like in like the recent like episodes, like a Pal for Gary or whatnot. Here it's for suspense, and I like that they did that, and it has a way of appealing for the whole family, and I really like that they did that. So 2004 is a SpongeBob SquarePants movie. 2005, Madagascar. I really liked Madagascar. I was actually kind of shocked when I found out a lot of people didn't like this movie. While all the other ones were good, I think this one was the best one out of all of them. The characters are all funny. The story is it's standard, but they work really well with what they got, and it's really enjoyable. It has a lot of funny actors in it, and yeah, it's definitely a very enjoyable, entertaining movie. 2006, another movie lots of people really hate, and I don't get why. Cars. I'm sorry, I just love Cars. It's a great movie. It's the animation's really good, and like all the detailing on all the cars, like they look good. And you think like a movie about in the world of cars, you think like how would that work? Like cars, all they do is move. They can't really move much. What do they do? But they really work with what they got, and I really like movies that do that. They take a concept that you wouldn't think work, but they do. And I love how people say, "Oh, it's just a stupid idea, living cars." It's made by the same company that was famous for making a movie about toys. Think about that the next time you hate on cars. Yeah, Cars, good movie. I'm not gonna do 2007 because my last video was another animated movie, which was the Simpsons movie, so I'm not gonna do that. 2008, Kung Fu Panda. Talk about not judging a book by its cover. I thought this movie was gonna be stupid when I first heard about it on the DVD of Shrek 3. I remember there was a trailer with Jack Black explaining the movie, and I was like, a panda that does kung fu? That sounds like the stupidest movie ever. But it actually was really good. Yeah, it's not just, some stupid movie about a dumb panda that does kung fu. They actually have heart to it, and it has a story. It has emotional moments. It has funny moments. It has three-dimensional characters and a talented voice cast, and it's just great. Jack Black does really great as Poe. He actually gives a performance. He doesn't just talk into a microphone like all other famous actors that are in animated movies. He actually acts like the character. He puts in so much energy, and he's always excited, and just he does such a great job. So yeah, Kung Fu Panda is a great movie. 2009. I know Coraline. I said was my favorite movie 2009, but here I got another one of my favorite animated movies on here. Monsters vs. Aliens. This movie is so underrated. Seriously. I really wish this movie got a sequel because this movie was tons of fun. The animation is phenomenal. Like, it's really good. Like, if you watch it, you can see all the detailing they put in and everything. It just looks so amazing. The humor is great. Like, it has like the craziest humor possible that I can't help but laugh at. And it's one of my favorite movies personally. And like it has a lot of funny actors: Reese Witherspoon, Will Arnett, Seth Rogen, and Stephen Colbert as the President of the United States. How many movies have you seen where Stephen Colbert plays the President of the United States? That is something that was perfect casting. I love that they did that, and he was great, and it's just such a great movie. 2010, I cliche choice, I know. Toy Story 3. I thought this was a really good movie. I didn't cry at the end like a lot of people did, but cuz I thought it was sweet, showing that the toys now have a new life, like, and the animation you can see has really improved from the other movies. I love the dark tone. It kind of reminded me of the Brave Little Toaster, but actually the whole plot pretty much felt like the Brave Little Toaster, but it was still doing its own thing, and that's what I like about it. And I am looking forward to Toy Story 4 this year. I'm excited to see, what else they can bring to the franchise, and I regretted not seeing this in theaters, and I've never missed a Pixar movie since. 2011, Rango. Ooh, this was a good movie. This was such a great movie. This movie, it's really underrated. The animation, yeah, the animation isn't really colorful. Like it's kind of dreary, but it's not meant to be like a happy kids movie. It's kind of more of a movie for adults, which is funny enough because Nickelodeon's a kids channel, and their why would their movie studio make a mature animated movie? But yeah, this movie was great. The animation was spectacular. It had a really good voice cast: Johnny Depp, Isla Fisher, Ned Beatty, um, Bill Nye, not the science guy, that British actor, and it's a lot of fun and it's just a great film. 2012, Frankenweenie. I'm pretty sad not a lot of people talked about this movie. Like when it came out, it did terrible at the box office, and I think I was probably one of the only people that actually cared about it. And I don't understand why. I loved this movie. Yeah, I loved Wreck It Ralph as well, but Frankenweenie I was really looking forward to, and it really paid off. I remember when I went to go see the Avengers, they played a trailer of this movie before, and we were in the very front row of the theater, and like some kid back was screaming because he was scared. Good thing he didn't go see this movie, because I would have hated having to hear him scream throughout the whole thing. But yeah, the animation's phenomenal. I love the black and white style. I know he's like, oh, where's the color? It's a homage to 30s and 50s horror movies. Get that through your head before you complain. But yeah, I wish this movie was more well known, and it's just great. 2013, Monsters University. I'm kind of sad nobody really cared about this movie. I loved it. Maybe it's because as I said before, I was a sucker for Monsters Inc. So when they announced this movie, I was like, "Yay! I get to see Mike and Sully again." And I went to see it opening day, and it was quite an experience. The animation definitely improved on from the previous movies. That's what I love about Pixar sequels. The animation gets better throughout, and the voice cast return like Billy Crystal and John Goodman, and they did really good. They still acted like the characters. They didn't sound like they were just phoning it in. They actually did what they could, and I really enjoyed it for that. 2014, The Lego Movie. Cliche choice. I know. But the thing about this movie is, it's fun. Like, it's so much fun. It's really entertaining. It could have easily just been an hour and a half just movie just to sell Lego, but they actually had a unique story. They had three-dimensional characters and a really talented, funny voice cast and a funny script, and they worked with what they got. This movie could have been bad, but it was great. And the second one, I was shocked it was even better. And it has a really talented voice cast. The animation is really good. I'm surprised it's not stop motion. It's actually computer animated. That's what you call talent. Yeah, I think I've talked about this movie enough. So, yeah. 2015 is a movie I thought was gonna suck, but it really surprised me. Minions. The first Despicable Me I thought was just a generic, bland, by the numbers kids movie. I was like, why do people love it so much? The second one, it just wasn't funny. But this one, I actually had fun with it. The animation was decent. It did have a lot of adult jokes that made me laugh, and it has some good action scenes. It's actually quite a fun movie. I was really shocked, and there's going to be a sequel next year, which I'm looking forward to. So, 2016, Zootopia. This was such a good movie. I find it funny how people, when this week came out, people are like, "Oh, a movie about talking animals and living in a city, such an original idea." And when Sing came out, it's a Zootopia ripoff. There are like millions of animated movies about cities of talking animals. Just to let you know, I can't think of any names at the moment, but I know there are a lot. And yeah, the character designs were a little generic. They just, designed animals and gave clothes on them. They didn't really do much, but the characters were all great, and it had a talented voice cast, and it was very colorful. And yeah, it's probably one of the best modern animated Disney movies, probably well, probably my favorite one aside from the first Wreck-It Ralph. So 2017, another movie that not a lot of people appreciated or went to go see, Cars 3. Again, I don't get why people hate the Cars movies. They're just they're fun, and this one was really good. It had a lot of heart to it. You know, Lightning McQueen's deciding like, oh, I want to keep racing. It makes me famous, but he doesn't know. You know, is he losing his shine? Not? Is he not ready to race again? Like, who says? If you say the Cars movies don't have heart, you take that back. But yeah, Cars 3, it was such a great movie. And I'm not sure if they're making a fourth one. This might be the last one. And if it is, I'm satisfied with that. This is a good conclusion to the trilogy. And last, but certainly not least, The Incredibles 2. Come at me! Screw the haters. I loved this movie. If you remember my top 10 movies of 2018 list last year, you know this was my second favorite movie behind Deadpool 2. This movie was so worth waiting for. The first was a little better, but this movie was definitely what I wanted to see. The animation, you could see, really improved on from the first one, and the voice acting was great, and you can tell like they weren't bored with their roles, and it actually sounds like it was recorded right after the first movie. The actors are talented, aren't they? And the kid who plays Dash, he does such a great job. You can't even tell it's a different kid. The action scenes were really great, and it was just an overall fun movie. It's one of the most fun times I've had at the movies, going to see an animated movie in years. And it's great. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend checking it out, especially if you loved the first Incredibles. So those are my favorite animated movies of every year since I was born. Let me know what are yours in the comments below. So see you next time, and I promise the next video will be a movie review of some sorts. So later.